In this video, we are going to discuss why New Year's resolutions are designed to fail and how you can actually build a system to get everything that you desire. Because you've tried it all, right? You've tried the routines, the habits, the courses. You came into this year with hope. But halfway through January, you asked yourself quietly, why do I still feel stuck? You're not where you thought you'd be by now. Not because you didn't try hard enough, but because the system you were operating in was never designed to get you there. Here's the truth. It wasn't you. It is the culture. And 2026 is different because you are finally learning what you actually need to succeed and how the culture is waking up to this exact method. Stay with me. I'm going to show you precisely what is shifting, why your past efforts didn't work, and what the path forward actually looks like. Let me explain what happened. For the past decade or so, we've been living under a particular set of cultural rules. Rules about productivity, success, and worth. And most of us internalize them without even realizing it. The message was simple: do more, be more, and achieve faster. Optimize every hour. Build the perfect routine. Rest even when you're tired. Rest, joy, pleasure. Those were things you've earned after you've done enough. But enough never came. So people kept pushing. And what happened? Chronic burnout, loss of creativity, emotional numbness, identity erosion. Your body adapted to surviving, but you stopped feeling alive. 74% of Gen Z and 66% of millennials report moderate to high levels of burnout. And at the same time, the culture sold a different story. More money equals more peace. More success equals more worth. More things equal more happiness. But it didn't work that way. It created constant dissatisfaction, a disconnection from what actually mattered, an identity built on comparison. You were chasing something that kept moving further and further away. And then there's this hyper-independence. The message was clear. You should be able to do it all on your own. Self-reliant, no weakness, no asking for help. But humans aren't wired this way. And so we ended up feeling lonely and isolated, feeling like there's something wrong with us. Not because they failed, but because the system set them up to feel this way. Keep watching because the culture is finally waking up to this, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And here's what makes 2026 different. The culture is finally admitting that the old way didn't work. And this isn't just a trend. It is a collective reckoning. Mental health isn't a niche conversation anymore. Anxiety, depression, ADHD, nervous system regulation, these are household terms. Therapy isn't something to hide. Trauma is understood. The World Health Organization recognizes burnout as a real issue. The conversation has shifted from let's just push through to maybe let's listen to what our bodies are telling us. The loneliness crisis is official. Governments and researchers are calling the loneliness epidemic a public health crisis. Not a personal failure, a systemic issue. People are craving community and belonging and deeper relationships. The culture is recognizing what we lost in our rush to hyper-independence. Attention fragmentation, dopamine, burnout. Most people are aware of these things now. There is a growing push towards digital minimalism, offline experiences, and presence. The constant stimulation is not working anymore, and people know it. And then there's this shift, the anti-hustle movement. Slow living, soft life, romanticizing everyday moments, pleasure-based productivity. The message is changing. From work harder to live better, from hustle to health, from outcome to experience, from performance to presence, from proving yourself to belonging. This isn't laziness. This is wisdom. This isn't the culture getting weaker, it's getting smarter. Keep watching and I'm going to connect this to the path forward that actually works. So what does all of this mean? It means that your past efforts weren't wasted. They just couldn't succeed inside a broken system. You were trying to heal while using the same framework that made you sick. Trying to rest while still operating in survival mode. Trying to find joy while treating it like a luxury instead of a necessity. Trying to build a life that felt good while following rules that extract productivity, not create fulfillment. You were building a life inside of a system that wasn't made for your nervous system. That's why it didn't stick. Not because you lacked discipline, not because you weren't smart enough or motivated enough, because the approach itself was incomplete. And here's the shift. 2026 is the year the culture permits you to try something different. Not louder, not harder, different. There's been something missing from every single self-improvement approach, every healing method, every productivity system. And that missing piece is the space between surviving and thriving. Most people go from burnout straight into productivity, or they focus entirely on rest and never rebuild. But there is a step between that almost everybody misses. The step where you reconnect to what makes you feel alive, not productive, not optimized, alive, where you restore pleasure, play, and joy, not as a reward, but as a biological need. Your nervous system can't heal without safety, and your creativity can't return without space to explore, and your sense of self can't return without reconnection. And this is what the Paradise Path was designed to do. So stay with me and we're going to walk through the exact 5-step methodology that is designed to make all of this work. This is the roadmap, the 5-step system that works with your nervous system and not against it. And they are in a specific sequence, and skipping any of these steps is why past methods have failed. So let me walk you through it. The first phase is ground. And this is where your nervous system gets to exhale, where survival mode starts to release. You're not fixing anything here. You're not pushing. You're teaching your body that it is safe now. This happens through breath work, through grounding practices, anything that signals to your body, we are safe. Without this foundation, nothing else works. You can't reconnect to joy if your body still thinks it's under threat. Anxiety, exhaustion, self-doubt, emotional numbness, these aren't flaws. These are signals. And it's your body saying, I'm still in survival mode. In the ground phase, we regulate the nervous system and come back to the baseline of safety. Once you're grounded, the second phase is feel. This is where you start to listen to what your body has been telling you. Most of us spend so long ignoring our emotions, numbing them, or pushing past them that we stop listening to what they're saying. But your body is constantly communicating with you. Tension, fatigue, restlessness, emptiness, these all mean something. And in this phase, you learn to listen without judgment, to sit with what comes up without needing to fix it immediately. This is the step that most people skip, and this is why burnout persists. In the feel step, we learn what our body is communicating to us, so we never have to get to that level of burnout ever again. And then the third phase is glow, and this is where aliveness returns, where you reconnect to pleasure, to joy, to play, not as a luxury, but as fuel. For a lot of people, this feels uncomfortable at first, like you don't deserve it yet, like it's frivolous or selfish. But your body needs joy to fully function. Pleasure is not the reward, it is part of the healing. It signals to your nervous system that life isn't just about surviving. This phase looks different for everybody. Movement, connection, nature, music, laughter, it doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you let yourself have it without guilt. Once you're grounded and feeling and reconnected to joy, the fourth phase is create. This is where your focus comes back, where you feel inspired again. It gives your brain something meaningful to engage in. Creativity doesn't have to mean creating art, but that can absolutely be a part of it. It means solving problems, exploring ideas, building something that matters to you. Your brain needs this. It requires a challenge that isn't just survival. And without it, anxiety has nowhere to go, and it will wreak havoc on your mind. Giving your brain a creative problem to solve soothes anxiety like nothing else. When you give your mind something meaningful to work with, everything shifts. You're not just managing your emotions anymore, you are channeling them. The final phase is rise, and this is where everything integrates. When you take what you've learned about yourself and you start building a life that actually fits, not the life that you should have, the one that feels right. You make decisions from clarity and not desperation. You build systems that support you instead of draining you. You step into a version of yourself that is shaped by aliveness and regulation, not by burnout. This isn't about reinventing yourself or starting over. It is about becoming who you've always been underneath the exhaustion. So here's why 2026 is different. The culture is finally admitting what wasn't working. Mental health matters. Community matters. Joy isn't optional. Rest isn't weakness. The old rules are breaking down, and you're not behind. You didn't miss your moment. In fact, you're early. The world is catching up to what you have been feeling all along. That there was something wrong with the system, not you. That there had to be a better way. And now there is. The Paradise Path is not a quick fix. It's not a hack. It's a system that works with your body and not against it. And it starts today. If you want the full framework, the one that goes into each step in depth, check out the first video in this channel. It walks through everything step by step. And if you're ready to take this journey with me, subscribe to the channel. This is a long-term transformation, not a weekend workshop, but it works because it's not built on hustle. It's built on what humans actually need. You're not broken. You never were. You just needed a path that made sense. And this is it. You don't have to just survive anymore. You can truly thrive. Welcome to your return to paradise.